right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. It's so important to battle on the boards.
Stoudemire against Horford. Pass to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Right at the free throw line. Mavericks with the rebound. Parsons got his 3rd rebound on the night. Aminu, the pass to Barea. To the middle. Here's Harris. Horford with the block. Here's Schroeder. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. It's stolen by Harris. Barea kicks to Aminu. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Aminu's got his first 2 points of the night.
He's coming in feeling pretty good since the last time he came here to his hometown, he was able to walk away with the win. But it's always kind of nerve-wracking playing in front of so many familiar faces. We'll see if he can settle down and play a good game. Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Here's Barea. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Mavericks lead by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Go for a different look here. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bossie's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Schroeder. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Chandler. Nowitzki comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Harris is checked in for Monte Ellis. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for J.J. Barea. On the floor for Dallas, the forwards are Parsons and Dirk. Harris is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Stoudemire in at the 5. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Boss. A minute 50 left in the second quarter.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through free agency now. They make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency come July. That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Teague, the pass to Boss. Fires from the line. No good. Some solid defense from Harris.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Well, it's a big bonus when you get effective outside shooting from your big men like these guys over the past 10 games. Number 5 is Paul Millsap.
It's amazing these days. There's just so many good outside shooting big men. That didn't used to be the case in the NBA, but now the floor is spread all over the place because you've got so many big-time shooters at that 4 and 5 spot.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Steve. Big guys shooting the ball well. It's part and parcel of the game now. You go back a generation, there were only a fraction of big men who could knock down outside shots like we're seeing currently.
And with a quick break in the action, let's take a look at some of the stats for Rondo. He's around 10 points per game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And I think the playmaking really stands out to me that he's been doing it. So many times the plays he can generate seem to change the momentum of a game.
I agree wholeheartedly there. I mean, it's underestimated what his passing brings to this team.
And Harris drops them both. The Hawks trail by 13. Outside Teague. There's 37 seconds left now here in the second to the left wing. Here's Beck. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Boss has got 4 this quarter. 29 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Rondo with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
And he did some nice work on the boards too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well. Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Mavericks have shot 6 or 7 at the line.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75% on the year.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And Stoudemire drops them both. "16 seconds left to play here in the half. Teague the pass to Boss. That is good. Boss has got 9. And here's Rondo. And the Heat doesn't get to the rim. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the...
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. All right, you starters, I expect you guys to be nice and fresh in the second half. Bench really gave us some great production. Nice to see something from everybody out there. Now, in terms of our looks, we've had some good looks, but
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
We're seeing
Atlanta making some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for Scott. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Schroeder in for Teague. Stoudemire's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Rajon Rondo. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Bazemore at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
They still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Bossie's checked in for Kyle Korver.
A moment here now to see how the numbers stack up for Tyson Chandler. Second in field goal percentage, and he's been a terrific rebounder as well in the top 10.
And let's look at his phenomenal field goal percentage again, Steve. I mean, that's really a function of good teammates, a good system, but most of it is just taking good shots and making most of them.
Here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Knocks it loose. Chandler with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Gentlemen, clearly Dirk Nowitzki plans to be a Maverick for the rest of his career. He signed a 3-year, $25 million deal this offseason. He was offered max contract money from other franchises, but took much less to stay with Dallas and make another run at it. Rare to see a franchise and a player so committed to each other in this day and age, guys.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year and moving forward isn't that they're a bad team. They've just been kind of stuck in that middle road of mediocrity. They're competitive, play hard. They're hoping to find a way to get to the next level now.
And with Atlanta, as you said, for a while now they've been a playoff caliber team, but making that next step into the elite class of the East has been hard.
And the second free throw, good. And some of it, Clark, for Atlanta making the jump is personnel. It's never easy to get a franchise player without a high draft pick.
And in that sense, Kevin, they are a bit in danger of becoming a treadmill team, but they have a good base right now, and I think they just need to continue to keep adding talent and have the talent they have continue to develop.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
He really didn't give the official any choice, Kevin. Way too much body-to-body contact there. And tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he didn't get hit with the flagrant 2 foul, which would be an ejection.
Yeah, he would have been out of the game if he had, and the league is doing everything it can to protect its players. And you know, Steve, I think the officials have a really good understanding here of when to issue those unnecessary contact calls. Mike Scott's checked in for Paul Millsap. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Dallas making a switch here. Harris is checked in. .102 left to play in the third. And stolen by Scott. Here's Schroeder, guarded by Stoudemire. Here's Schroeder. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 2 on the clock. From beyond the arc, and then some.
That is not an easy shot right there. He had to get it off over a taller defender.
A little bit of a rainbow three, but like you said, it had to be with the size mismatch.
Up top, Barea, averaging 9 points per contest. Chandler with a screen for Ellis, right wing. Now Barea. Kicks it out to Ellis. Harris outside. The three. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks lead by 17. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expert.
A look here. Muscala, he's checked in for Horford. Boss comes in for Cephalosha. Ben Gordon's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for Teague. Then for the Mavericks, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Nowitzki. Parsons comes in for Harris. And Barea subbed in for Rajon Rondo. On the floor for Dallas, Monte is the two with Parsons playing the small forward. Stoudemire out there with Chandler, and it's Barea in at the one.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one.
Perolantic, he's checked in for Atlanta. And then for Dallas, Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Monte Ellis. Harris dishes to Chandler. Ball's knocked loose. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Well, that hot hand study, Clark, we were talking about a little bit earlier, they realized it didn't take into account how difficult the shots were. And, you know, hot players take those heat check shots.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, they draw more defensive attention once they get on the roll. So I think it comes back to common sense. Definitely try to get a hot player the ball, but above all else, you want quality shots.
Here's Schroeder. Poke loose. And here comes Harris leading the fast break.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Harris. He has 12 points and a total of 7 points for him from the line.
He's worked hard to get those numbers, Clark. And 7 free throws, that's important. That's easy points, and it allows your defense to get set up and keep the opponent out of transition.
And he can't hit the second.
Well, you know, the Mavericks got back into the playoffs last season after missing the playoffs in 13. And this is a team that expects to be a playoff factor. Aside from that one season, they've not missed the playoffs since 2000.
Kicks to Barea. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They put on a show tonight thoroughly.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Here.
Hey, Coach Zay, man, what's up, yo? Glad you can make it.
You've gone farther than any kid I've ever coached. Of course I'm going to make it.
Everything good?
Yeah, listen. We'd love to have you come by and visit the kids sometime.
Hey, no problem. I'm going to do that, okay? We'll do. But I got to run right now. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you soon.
All right, sounds good.